Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pastors Game 2 and the Raiders franchise with Coach Bo Jackson. And so this video is all about getting you guys up to speed. So I've been kind of thinking through what's going to be the right consistency, what's the right type of videos to really bring you guys along with the story and make it kind of entertaining for y'all. And we had a few games that were probably not really entertaining games that I thought, man, do I take the time and like edit these videos, or can I just give you guys the best games? And so one of the things I want to do with this video is ask you what kind of videos you want. Like, do you want every game and just kind of want to get a little snippet or a snapshot from every game, like as we can do the highlights from every game, or is what I'm about to do right now, which is kind of take you through some games that we played that weren't very interesting, but kind of give you some verbal highlights. Is that going to be good? And also there's some ideas that we have with the franchise where, again, we're kind of doing those highlight games, but I have this idea, like if it's a primetime game, like a Monday night game, part of me just wants to upload the full game. You saw that with the Chargers game we did in week 4, where we just uploaded the whole game and I'm not doing any commentary. The idea is that it's kind of like a TV game. And so that I'm not actually speaking on. I could speak on those, but I thought it might be an interesting change of pace if you just had the full game. So if that's something you're interested in, then that's going to be cool. Speaking of that, we're going to do another one, probably the best game of the year. It's in week 14 though. I've already played a lot of these games with the Kansas City Chiefs. And so that one's going to be legit. Maybe if you guys let me know what you think about doing videos like that, it'll tell me what I want to do with that Kansas City game. But that's going to be a game, regardless of how it plays out, that you are going to want to make sure that you get on top of. So, all right. So love to hear from you guys in that. Jump in the comment section. Tell me what's the best type of games that you want to see on YouTube. Like, do you want these highlights? Do you want shorter versions of the game, the kind of way we're doing kind of some of the drives, key drives, some of the key plays? Like, what do you want? Because if you just want highlights, then that's easier for me. I can just go grab the best plays from games and then show those things. But if you don't want that, if you want longer games, just let me know what you guys are thinking. I'd love to kind of open a conversation and see what we want to do. So today we're going to go through the league schedule, take a look at where we are, which says week 15 here. So the last video that's been uploaded was week 5, I believe. And we go down to the Raiders, and you saw the Raiders Bears, which this was a fun game for me. And unfortunately, I didn't capture all the touchdowns. I thought that I did. So this highlight video didn't come out nearly as fun as the game itself. But you guys saw that. And so, yeah, that's what's going on with that. So week 6, this is what happened. We're not gonna post these videos because I don't think they were extraordinarily interesting, but we are going to look at the box scores and maybe some of the player stats so you can see what happened. So in this game, you see the Raiders, we win 38-20. It was a relatively close game in the third quarter. We see it's 21-7 and going into the half. And then we kind of stretch out a little bit by the end of the third quarter. But the key thing in this game, basically, is Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs was huge in this game. You see Derek Carr threw for 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he's got the 3 interceptions in this game, which is so frustrating. Derek Carr always throws these interceptions. Some of them are my fault. Some of them are just his weird throws. They're underthrown and it should be overthrown, or he ends up throwing a lob and I'm not pressing the button for a lob. So that kind of thing. So, but still 417 yards and 4 touchdowns. Most of that coming from Henry Ruggs, who had a monster day, 7 receptions, 248 yards, and he had all 4 of those touchdowns. He had a long of 86, but you see Bryan Edwards even had the longer reception. But Bryan Edwards established himself as a come out in this particular game. Then we had, of course, Josh Jacobs, 20 yards, 20 attempts, 103 yards. And we just want to keep Josh Jacobs with 100-yard games, 5.2 and 1 touchdown. Relatively pedestrian, but again, Josh Jacobs is kind of we want to run and make sure the run is a threat, and that we can run and kill the clock. So anyway, that's what we saw with that week. And then week 7, let's find the Raiders. I'm doing it this way because if I do it with our schedule, you'll see scores of upcoming games that I don't want you to see. And that wouldn't be good. So here we played the Eagles. This one was 35-45. I don't know what, for some reason, I don't have any video at all on this. So don't know what that's about. But you see, we had a huge second quarter with 24 points in the second quarter. That's what really happened with that. And in this game, I didn't look at the defense in the last game, but in this game, we see Colin Kaepernick. Let's look at both teams. Colin Kaepernick goes for 4 touchdowns in this one, 393 yards. But Derek Carr with 529, again, 3 interceptions in this game and 5 touchdowns. That's 6 interceptions in the last 2 games for Derek Carr, which that's no bueno. And as it is every time we play with Derek Carr, and every franchise I do with the Raiders, it's always high interceptions with him. And we always end up having to make a move. So maybe that's maybe I'm the problem. But this is a franchise, and the problem's got to be Derek Carr, right? Josh Jacobs, 24 attempts, 163 yards in that game. Only 1 touchdown. So those are pedestrian yards. Those aren't yards that are breaking out for huge touchdown games. Those are just getting things done. I think his longest was 35 yards in this. And so he's not doing a whole lot of, huge plays. It's just consistent plays where he's able to get some good yards. And here, Henry Ruggs, again, 260 yards, leads all receiving targets with yardage, and he gets 2 of the touchdowns. You see, Dallas Goedert was killing us in this game. The tight end is clearly a weak spot for us, but let's go just to the Raiders for right now. Hunter Renfrow had his best game of the season in this one with 111 yards and a touchdown. And I wish I could have shown y'all this game. Bryan Edwards didn't do very much. Hunter Renfrow was the guy that came through in this one. Henry Ruggs. And then let's take a look at the defense, see what's happening over here. So we got Ronnie Harrison, which I think we had traded for just before this game. Picked up Ronnie Harrison as a strong safety, and he came in and had led the team in tackles and had 1 tackle for loss. Cleveland Ferrell also found a way to get into the game a little bit more. 2 sacks for him in this game. We had moved him around. For some reason, he hadn't been playing at all. So anyway, that's kind of what happened with there. Max Crosby also had 2. He got in there for sacks, 1.5 there, but we were able to get in on Colin Kaepernick with what is this? 2. It's hard to say how many actual sacks with some of those halves. I think I don't know how many sacks we had. Does it tell us? Does it tell us sacks? I don't think it tells us sacks here. No, it doesn't tell us sacks. But anyway, so the Raiders win this one 45-34. This was a pretty fun game. Unfortunately, it didn't have the video for it. Apologies. I'm probably going to find it because these are all streamed. So I don't know what happened. Maybe I just wasn't hitting my highlight little option in it. All right, week 8. Week 8, the Raiders. I think we had off. I think we were bye week on week 8. Yeah, I don't see us. Let me look one more time. I think we did do bye week on week 8. Yeah, bye week on week 8. So that kind of brings you up to where we're going to be. The next game that we are going to post is going to be the New York Giants game. And the story behind the New York Giants up to that point, let me see, do we have records on this? Oh, we don't have records. But the story on the New York Giants is the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys leading the NFC, killing it up until this point. They were both 6-0 at the 6-0 at the 6th week. and the Giants have just been a really good team, the surprise team of the season so far. So we are going to face off against that Giant team in the next video that you guys see. So I hope that brings you up to speed just a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about formats and such, what you would think about games and how we want to show games. Do we want to show the full games? Do we want to show highlights of drives? Do we just want to show highlights? Do you guys like this format where if there's some games that aren't very interesting, we can just come in and talk about those things statistically so that you can follow along with what's going on with the players? Let me know. I want to hear from you. And that's going to do it for this one. I will see you when I see you. This is Pastors Game 2. God loves you, and so do I. Have a good rest of your day.